Yeah.
When you do leave, then do you then think about okay, especially when you've had song on some of the big hits, do you ever then look and think about going solo or do you think about is that what you decide to produce or what's how do you think about okay, what's my next step now? Because I've left this group.
Well, I didn't leave the group. I got pushed out of the group,
Okay.
but the way it happened was there was two things happening. I started spending some time in Atlanta because I wanted to find songwriters that wrote good songs. Okay. So I signed a 16-year-old songwriter named Dallas Austin who produced. Okay, I'm going to put my window down. This is like some neighborhood chat going on outside,
Okay.
not for everybody to hear. So just pause for one moment.
Okay,
Okay,
okay.
yes. That,
It's fine.
okay, so on our second album, no, not our second album, but on our second successful album, the Klymaxx album, right after the album that really hit, we were on the album with Divas Need Love Too Sexy, I'd Still Say Yes, and Man Size Love. I started spending time in Atlanta. I wanted to, yeah, sign songwriters, talented musicians. And so there was a 16-year-old named Dallas Austin who I signed to my company, Diva One Productions, who under my company became the number one pop producer in the United States in the years 19, I think it's 1990 and 1991, because he produced um, Motown Philly and the first Boys to Men album under me, and also the first TLC album with Ain't Too Proud to Beg, Hat to the Back, What About Your Friends, all of those. And I just kept saying, thank you, Mr. Griffey. Thank you, Mr. Griffey, for the education about signing songwriters. Because my company, Diva One Music, published those songs.
Wow.
So, and that has allowed me to survive even until today without having any climax hits in all of these years. Um, so some of the girls were a little agitated that I was spending so much time in Atlanta, and um, they wanted to go to Japan because, like, Bernadette had left the group for a solo project. Gerald Busby, who took over Motown for Berry Gordy, said, Joyce, I want you to come and be a solo artist on Motown and stay in the group. He's like, we want to do just like we do with New Edition. New Edition was a group on MCA.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay. And so he said, just like we got Bobby Brown as a solo artist, and then we got Belle Biv DeVoe, we got Johnny Gill. I want you to be a solo artist. And so you could do like more hip hop and stuff you want to do, and then still sing with Klymaxx. I was like, that's great. I always wanted to be on Motown anyway. And I
Mm.
want to do some hip hop, and I still want to sing in the group. I never wanted to be a solo artist. So basically, the group got mad about me having the rest, whoever was left in the group, because Bernadette was already gone, was upset about that. And they wanted to take this trip to Japan. And I had said years ago, I'm never going to Japan again, only because we went on a minimum wage budget and it was so hard in a room the size of a closet. It was hard. It was hard. If we had gone to Japan, which is an incredible place, with like even a slightly more than a minimum wage budget, I could have dealt with it, but it was driving me insane being there, not being able to speak the language. Like I'd walk out trying to go somewhere and I'd be trying to get a cab and they just all look at me and go like this and then drive. It was horrible for
Mm.
me culturally,
Mm.
not knowing anybody there. We had a great interpreter named Sam who was the greatest, but she couldn't babysit me 24 hours a day. And then I'm in this little cubicle room, and the only thing in English on TV is King Kong. It's and they play it over. It's playing 24 hours a day. It's King Kong, and I'm like, somebody help me. But then I run into Lynn Mabry in Tokyo, who was one of the original brides of Funkenstein, who I knew from George Clinton days. And I was like,
Mm.
oh my God, Lynn. And she sang with George Michael and stuff too. I was like, it's so nice to see you. But anyway, I know I digressed with that. But I told them, I'm not going back to Japan. This is a minimum wage gig. We're desperate. We need to focus on making more music for the next album. And they were like, they had a vote and they were like, you're out of the group. They didn't tell me, they had the lawyer tell me. I was like, what? And so I was out of the group and I was just devastated. So I was like, okay, I'll just do some sort of hip hop stuff. And I called Dougie Fresh and said, I need you to be on this record. A song I did called Hey Mr. DJ, which was like #1 in sales. They wouldn't play rap on some urban stations, so it only got to #2 Billboard. But in sales, it was #1.
Oh,
And
okay. No,
yeah,
but how did you take that when they said you have to leave? I mean, I don't know personally. Were you fine with it, or was it hard? Was it?
no, no, no. It was so painful.
Mm,
It was crushing. It was so crushing. I can't. It was like I had worked so hard and put so much equity into
mm,
this group. I felt like I contributed majorly to this group, and I felt like it was unfair. I felt like it was selfish, and I just felt like it was just they. I felt like they were just hating on me. And we've talked about it. I've told them the same thing today. Even though we all talk, we talk and we're good, but I
yeah.
was like, it was just hating for no reason. So
Could they
um,
kick you out though? Doesn't Mr. Griffin have any control? Does he not say, "Well, what's going on"?
he would have, except by then we had signed directly to MCA, and he was off buying half of Africa. So yeah,
Okay.
with the new stuff. So we weren't on Solar anymore.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part of Halftime Chat. Please remember to subscribe, share, and comment. But most importantly, why don't you become a member of Halftime Chat? We've got amazing videos, amazing perks, and being able to support the channel. But anyway, thanks for watching. Take care.
I never participated in that kind of.
And somewhere in between
us for even loving us, on which I didn't miss you with.
What was it like growing up?
She's still making an impact on 4 houses down.
I have a couple of pieces.
Trying to get this one and that one.
That works for you, but just for me,
No. Okay, you okay?
They don't understand what Joyce's voice is winning all spirits.
Play it.
these guys, they all work together.
I mean, I love all different genres.